the sexiest muscle on a man? I don't know, maybe a frontal lobe that's been fully developed. Did you ever consider that? All these 4 hours at the gym, extra protein, bicep curl, chest press, back day, leg day, arm day. Have you ever thought about training this up here, this noggin that you have here, exercising that area, the frontal lobe? Do you know what that is? No? I think most women would agree that we'd take that over a pair of abs any day, or some biceps. All that we want is a frontal lobe that's developed. Is it really that hard?
As soon as I watched this clip, it gave me a flashback from when I was dealing with this one woman that I went to the gym with. We come to an end. She starts seeing a new guy at the gym. She dated this guy, or she was seeing him for about 8 months. Then she comes to find out that the whole time she was seeing him, he already had a chick. He had been dating this girl for 3 years. And then when it comes to an end, she tells me, Cole, I'm done dating dumb guys. Like, he was just dumb. You talking about, oh, he's not emotionally intelligent, this and that. He's not that sharp. And I always see women complaining about how dumb guys are. But it takes men a longer time to develop. Like, that's just what it is, you know? And this woman was actually older than me too. But men, they tend to take a little longer than women to develop. But then women, they think it's weird to date older men. I've talked to chicks where they were like 20 and they think it's weird, or they think I'm an old ass unk. But those same women, they'll complain about how guys their age are immature. How men are so immature. And it's like, well, pick one. You got to pick one. But the same women that complain about, oh, this guy's dumb, they keep dealing with those same type of guys. And I say, how dumb could he? He seemed kind of sharp to me. I think this dude went 8 months without working or anything. He was telling one of the girls he worked at the gym. He telling the other girl he works night shift. And really he's just bouncing back between each girl. And he probably living off of both of them. But shout out to that brother. He really, he really getting the most he can out of every last one of them. And even this girl that I used to see, and she started seeing this other guy. When it came to an end with the other guy, I remember I worked out with her one time. And the other dude ends up coming to the gym, and she's like, oh, he would show up to the gym and this. And she's very concerned about how she's perceived by this man. And I asked her, I said, if you're done with him, what are you worried about? Oh, I don't want it to look like I've been talking to you the whole time I've been seeing him. I said, what does it matter? If you're done, you're done. You know, because I walked up on her one time. I didn't know she was seeing a new dude. So I walked up on her, you know, just talking shit. And then I guess he was asking about me, and she told him like, oh, I used to see that guy. And I guess he felt some type of way about it. Understandable. But I asked her to stretch me out. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. You know, just help me stretch out, get a deeper stretch. Like, she done stretched me out before. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want him to see it. And I was like, what do you care if he sees it? And you know, after that, I'm like, low-key, I'm good on you too. I'm good on you too. I don't even want to finish my workout with you. You act like you can't stretch me out. You act like you can't listen. You act like you can't, you know, you can't mess with me. It's like you done did more to stretch me out in the past. Come on, let's get this stretch in. We ain't got to worry about what he thinks about you. If you're done with him. He's too dumb anyway. That's what you're saying. But see, a lot of the times these women, they get hurt by the certain type of guy. And then they start to bash him. The same guy that she'll spread her legs for, the same guy them guts get watery for, as soon as it comes to an end, now she's going online and complaining about him. Oh, he has a nice physique, but I don't care about his nice physique because he's not emotionally intelligent, this and that. But that physique was turning you to a freak. Yeah, he had your head knocking on the headboard a couple weeks ago. You was hollering his name. You was putting your leg behind your head and all types of shit. But now since it comes to an end, now you're like, oh, he was never my type. I don't like dumb guys. He was too dumb anyways. He needs to be more mature, this and that, this and that. They complain about the man they get the most turned on by. They complain about the man that they choose. So stop listening to her words. Now, some of these women, they're aware. Yeah, some of these women, they're aware of what really turns them on, what they're really into. But see, when it comes to the physique, when it comes to the body game, even when it comes to confidence, a lot of times these women, they get turned on and it's not like a conscious thing. Like when she sees that physique that turns into a freak, she's not like, oh, he has this ratio and oh, he's this body fat percentage. It's not like she's writing down a chart and calculating everything in her brain. It's either there or it's not. You either make the cut or you don't. You either get them guts watery or you get them dry or they stay dry. So I say all that to say this. When you see a woman like this online talking like this, it doesn't hold much value. It doesn't hold much value. And I know y'all like, Cole, hold on. You reacted to a lot of clips and you react on some women, you agree with some, and now you're disagreeing with this one. I am disagreeing with this one. Because I've seen it, dog. Some of these chicks, they'll complain about the man that they would go back to. Right now, she's not feeling good about that physique that turned her into a freak because she's mad that maybe he had another chick. Maybe he wasn't taking her serious. Maybe she got pumped and dumped. It was just like the clip I reacted to a couple weeks ago. She was talking about how she hooked up with the fitness influencer and she was saying how she doesn't recommend it. But chances are she would do that all over again. Because that physique turned her to a freak. So realize what a lot of these women say and what they do is completely different. It doesn't align. So you can't give her words too much value. Look at her actions. That's when you're going to see what she truly responds to, what she's truly attracted to, what actually gets her going. Like I said, yes, a lot of these women, they want a mature guy. But a lot of times that comes on the back end. That comes when she starts getting up there in age and she wants to start a family. But a lot of these young chicks, they going off of who's popping the most. They going off of who has the nicest physique. They going off of who's the most confident. How does he make me feel? They're not just worried about, oh, who's the most emotionally intelligent. That's on the back end when them women start valuing that more. After they done dealt with a whole bunch of guys that they thought were dumb and they start getting up there in age. But the woman that I'm talking about that I used to see and she was at the gym, she was older than me. It's like, shawty, by your age, if you don't want to date a dumb guy, you should have caught on to that a lot quicker. You talking about you don't want to deal with a dumb guy, you were seeing him for 8 months. You wanted something more with him. But now you will bash him that he's not this mature, that he's not this intelligent. Because it didn't work out, it didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. And this is how they move, man. As soon as it comes to an end, that's when they start saying shit, man. Oh, I don't care about a nice physique. I want him to be emotionally intelligent. Okay, when we look at your behavior, you got a lot of physiques that look good in there, and you got a lot of people that you would perceive as dumb. So the dumb guys are the ones smashing you. That's what you're valuing. And I've seen it so many times when I used to get on TikTok. They like, we need to hold men accountable. This and that. They talking mad shit about men. The main man they complain about is the main man that you spreading them legs for. Busting it open like some damn crab legs. And for me, I'm like, if that's what you want to do it, baby. But don't be complaining about it. Don't be bullshitting it. Don't act like it is something that it's not. Because they keep picking the men that they complain about. Don't complain when that's what you choosing. That's what you're deciding to pick. But man, that's all I got for y'all today. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Real ones are on Patreon. If you want better access to me, you can message me on there. And I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.